Mr. Fairclough absconded again. So after he absconded again, he never called us, never contacted us. Jail. And as I explained to him, we was in the prosecuting the ASR approved for another 30 days. You didn't give us a chance. You took off running again. So that's twice.
More than once fled from the help because that's your choice. You chose to dance with the devil.
Wait, where were you living before?
I was dating 255 North 10th Street.
When did you go into the woods?
May 22nd when I got out.
Okay. But it was, you knew where where in the woods? What woods?
Right there by the railroad track right there on 10th Street.
Okay. Forgery, this one. So all of these were in Los Angeles County. What led you to Beaumont?
I'm actually from Beaumont. I came here to change my life.
For the better or worse?
For the better.
Well, it's not turning out better the way this is working out, right? Okay. All right.
Today in Judge Stevens' court, we have two elusive defendants, who are both in his crosshairs for similar offences, as they are both relentless outlaws constantly on the run. Our first defendant, a male, has become a serial absconder, repeatedly failing his court-mandated tests and stockpiling prohibited contraband before vanishing into thin air, leaving his probation officers in the wind. Despite several chances and warnings, he has persistently chosen to stray down the wrong path, or as Judge Stevens aptly puts it, chosen to dance with the devil. But will Judge Stevens grant him another chance to mend his ways, or will he bring down the hammer of justice and revoke his bond? Meanwhile, our second defendant, a woman, has taken her escapades to the great outdoors, opting to live in the wilderness to evade authorities. Literally emerging out the woodwork, but only when apprehended against her will, she's become a master of survival off the grid. Will Judge Stevens show leniency to this elusive forest dweller, offering her yet another chance to disappear into the wild, or will he demand she face the consequences of her past actions?
Your name, sir?
Jesse Fairclough.
Two cases, 19-31536 and at 19-32425. You were charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle in one case, illegal possession of controlled substance in another case. These are motions to revoke probation? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We're good, Judge. The other cases, he's received a year's state jail on those matters.
I don't know what you're saying.
I was double checking. There's multiple. He appeared with Your Honor, I think on 6 cases, if I'm got the numbers right. We disposed of several state jails with a year's state jail, and you placed him on probation for 10 years on the 3rd degree as one of the other years. So we've got an agreement to dispose of them accordingly, Your Honor.
Is there any restitution on any of this?
No, sir.
There wasn't. Tell me about these in probation on the safety stuff,
Yes, sir.
which is his big problem, that he completely and totally
Yes,
got
sir.
him into this, and
Yes,
then
sir.
he has quite naturally completely and totally failed on.
Yes, sir. When I first got hired in October 2022, I met Mr. Fairclough. He was an unsuccessfully discharged from Science Center. He came to report to the office, positive for meth. That was the only time he ever reported. After that, he absconded and disappeared. A few months later, they found him. He was offered an opportunity to go to safety relapse. Where he went to safety relapse, he went to the Cheyenne Center. While at the Cheyenne Center, he within the 2-month process, he turned up positive for meth. We were doing the ASR to get him approved for additional 30 days when he came up violation of contraband. The contraband involved was a cell phone with charger, tattoo gun, several pills, 9 batteries, broken metal spoon, thread, and black electrical tape. Before we can get the ASL authorized, Mr. Fairclough absconded again. So after he absconded again, he never called us, never contacted us. And the next time I saw him after he was arrested, I saw him in jail. And as I explained to him, we was in the prosecuting the ASR approved for another 30 days. You didn't give us a chance. You took off running again. So that's twice that Mr. Fairclough absconded from the program. Twice during the program, he turned up positive for drugs.
Anybody else want to add anything to that?
I think that his behavior is consistent with being addicted on drugs, and meth, as we all know, that's a driving drug. I mean, people get on that meth and it's hard to kick it.
Gee, I wonder who forced him to do that. Who put it onto his head and made him become addicted to it? Or was it a series of bad choices? Of course it was. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him. You made a choice just like we all make choices. But we all know better. You do too. You just elected to take the dark side. You decided to dance with the devil. That's your choice. I'm not taking this deal. No, it's just bad. It just is a bad precedent. And he does what he did. That would,
Sir, if I could say something?
I'm not finished. Yeah. That would set a bad precedent for others who consistently failed after there's a ton of money spent in the programs that you wasted. There was a ton of time and effort that you wasted, but you didn't do it once, you did it twice, you did it 3 times. You are consistent in misbehavior, and you know it was wrong. So most people do all right in the program, but what we do up here, and this is to the people who like you did, which was thumb your nose at all the attempts to try to help you. The ironic thing is, it seems like others care more about your well-being and your life than you do. You've quit caring a long time ago. You certainly don't care about others and doing the damage you did. And we had a chance to help you get sober on this. But yet, you have more than once fled from the help, because that's your choice. You chose to dance with the devil, and now you pay for it. There's a felony here, up to 10 years in prison in one case and up to 2 years in the state jail in the other. I'm just going to set these for hearing on the motion to revoke probations. That's the best way to do it. Thank you.
May I, Judge?
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, get this. I want to set. No, I'm rejecting the plea. We're going to get this set as soon as possible. This is all administrative. Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
this on a fast track.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. That is all.
One catastrophe at a time. Henry, I'm looking for Daryl Henry. Where's that on the docket? Does anybody know? And you have Sheila Deshawn Bailey,
Yes, sir.
present with your attorney, Mr. Dusler, and the state's attorney. There is a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation filed on October 4th of 2023. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion to revoke probation? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes.
In summary, this states that on May 20th, and raise your right hand. Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
We're hearing. This motion states that on May 22nd of last year, you were placed on 5 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for forgery. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Allegation 1 states you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office Order about May 25th, June 15th, July 11th, 2023, in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
True.
Number two, you failed to provide verification performing community service hours as required. Is that true?
True.
Do you understand by a plea of true and knowing and and voluntary plea of true is enough to grant this motion to revoke probation? Your probation can be revoked. You can be found guilty now and sentenced no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail.
Yes.
Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. And you were placed on probation on May 22nd, and from probation, we have a representative from probation office here. Did she ever report?
No, sir.
Never?
No, sir.
My goodness. Why would you do that?
Sorry, at the time I got out of jail, I found out that I was homeless. I had nowhere to go.
We had probation office to go.
I didn't even have the money to go there. I ended up having to stay in the woods, and the vagrants in there stole my paperwork and everything.
Wait. Where were you living before?
I was staying between the 255 North 10th Street.
When did you go into the woods?
May 22nd when I got out.
Okay, but it was, I mean, you knew where where in the woods? What
Right
woods?
there by railroad track right there on 10th Street.
Okay. Okay, well,
That was my first time ever being homeless like that. I really had a mental break. I do apologize because I know you did give me such a chance.
let me see percentage report. You have a very lengthy criminal history here of misdemeanors from 2000 and looks like 2000. You were convicted in Los Angeles County for battery and prostitution. Then in 2001, again, prostitutions, a couple, illegal possession of drugs, contempt of court in 06. All of this is Los Angeles County, Los Angeles County. Then those are misdemeanors. 2004 convicted of illegal possession of a controlled substance. 2003 convicted and placed on supervision out of Los Angeles County. Then prostitution, 3 years, 2008, and illegal possession of a destructive device. Wow. 3 years prison. And that was 3 years supervision with a year in jail in 2008. Then forgery, this one. So all of these were in Los Angeles County. What led you to Beaumont?
I'm actually from Beaumont. I came here to change my life
For the better or worse?
for the better.
Well, it's not turning out better the way this is working out, right? Okay. All right. How long has she, what's her credit time here? 92. All right, from probation, there's not much, I guess, we can add, can we? Here,
No, sir, but
what do we know about her? That you can add to the
well, we would like to have this thing placed on the hobby and risk needs caseload. Perhaps we run another shot at probation.
well, why would we do that? I mean, she didn't even bother to report. Why do we? What is the definition of insanity? Repeating behavior, expecting things are going to change, and we're going to. What do we do? Open the door, though, for what? you're on probation, but don't report. If they all reported, if they all failed to report following this, and they were caught and came back, then we're saying we're going to treat y'all fairly, and everybody gets to report whenever they decide. I think it's a bar that has to be jumped over. And there's some people, there are terms of probation that some people have a hard time following, but failing to report. I mean, you got to report if you don't report. But there are a lot of people who find it inconvenient, or they just don't want to do it. And they could say, well, if I get caught, I'll just raise the Miss Sheila Bailey rule, and I get to start over again when I'm ready. Because she's something on. I mean, here we are in February, and it's 9 months have gone by. Was there any restitution on this?
No, sir.
All right. What do y'all say? Stay? And
Was there any specific reason why they were wanting to continue her on probation?
It was just, it's technical, but that's the court situation.
I see. I think not showing is something that the court takes very seriously, especially when you never, and when you.
that's supervision. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's just be supervised. You can't supervise.
But
If you have 5,000 people, if they all decided we're not going to report.
But I am looking at just her history, Judge, and looking at the amount of time that she's served in past cases where she was revoked or convicted. It looks like the most I've seen
What's your point, though? I know, I see that.
is 1 year.
She's got 93 days credit right now.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean,
8 days?
yeah, I was going to say 6
What do you
months.
say?
If you're gonna revoke her, I think that sounds reasonable.
Ma'am, what would you like to add? Anything else? I mean, you can see you got to put out the effort, and you don't. I know you got situations here, but you got to fix them by making better choices. If nothing further, I'm going to find there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, to grant it by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, as allegations 1 and 2 have been proven true. Your deferred or unadjudicated probation is revoked earlier. In this case, you pleaded guilty voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understand the consequences of pleading guilty. There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted there to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this state jail felony or forgery. I'm sentencing you here to confinement in the state jail for 6 months. You will be given credit for all time you have served toward that. And please do your best to fix the situation and do better. Thank you. That is all. All right. Next is...
All comments, viewpoints, interpretations, and insights expressed in this video are for education and entertainment purposes. All individuals featured in the video are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please do not attempt to contact, locate, or engage with any individuals featured in the video.